I'd like to get started with our speakers so that we can be respectful of your time. I can't believe how many people are in this room. It's so amazing. Thank you for being here to show your support for dementia-friendly East Long Meadow. It definitely warms my heart as we sort of mark the beginning of this initiative. I am Erin Kobler, as most of you know, the director of the East Long Meadow Council on Aging. And together with Trish Gendron, who many of you know as the nurse liaison for Care One at Redstone and Care One in Northampton, she's my co-chair, and unfortunately she couldn't be here at the last minute because she had a COVID exposure. Not the only person who couldn't be here today because of that. So we plan, and then we plan for Plan B, as we all know. So Trish and I decided to revive a partnership with the Alzheimer's Association, MCOA, Massachusetts Councils on Aging, and to begin implementing the process to become a dementia-friendly community here in East Long Meadow. A dementia-friendly community is one that's taking action to foster quality of life for people living with dementia and their care partners by decreasing stigma, increasing opportunities for meaningful social interaction, and offering support in addressing the changing needs of people living with dementia. Dementia-friendly community initiatives are ongoing and dynamic. They're changing throughout, and they are made of aspirational goals that individuals, organizations, and groups continually strive toward over time. Most communities that are part of the Dementia Friendly America network are grassroots efforts with stakeholders, just like you all, on a shared mission to create a more dementia-friendly culture in their local area. Once we reach the designation, we will join the ranks of 82 other Massachusetts communities that are dementia-friendly. The process involves education and communication within all sectors of our town, and many of you are represented here today. First responders, emergency planning, town government, and departments, the commercial sector, faith communities, healthcare, and housing authorities. The planned outcome is a community culture where compassion exists for those people living with or caring for someone living with a memory impairment. Currently, the best treatment for somebody living with dementia and their caregivers continues to be social engagement. Our first step was to have the East Long Meadow Town Council approve a resolution in support of the Dementia-Friendly East Long Meadow initiative, and I want to thank the Town Council for passing that resolution. We then began building a coalition of stakeholders to create an action plan. Many of those action team members are here today, and I want to thank you as well. The action plan will include education of many sectors of local businesses, first responders, town government, healthcare professionals, housing authorities, and faith communities. That begins where we are today, celebrating East Long Meadow's commitment to becoming Massachusetts' next dementia-friendly community. Thank you. So we have a couple of videos to show you, I think, which nicely and succinctly show what Dementia Friendly USA is trying to accomplish with their efforts, as well as the importance of including youth in the effort. So, and I apologize ahead of time for any technological issues we might have. Okay, back to Plan B. Patty, do you want to speak, because maybe you can summarize what's in our videos while we figure out how to do that. The Dementia Friendly USA video, where you see the sectors coming different commercial sectors.
Good morning. My name is Patty Sullivan, and I am thrilled to be here. I have one correction to Erin's remarks, and that is Hopkinton joined Dementia Friendly, so you're going to have to be 84. Okay.
We'll take it.
Not 80.
We'll take it.
So I work for the Massachusetts Councils on Aging and have the joy of visiting senior centers, many of which are just as beautiful as this new one, across the Commonwealth. And I also manage a program called Dementia Friendly Massachusetts. So during COVID, we had to start learning how to organize communities on Zoom, which is easier said than done. So I'm thrilled to be back on the road, although I will tell you just a quick funny story. I'm leaving my house in Boston, and my husband says, take my car, take the Lexus. It's a 2002 Lexus, it's nothing exciting. I get in the car, and as I'm pulling off the pipe, the check oil light comes on. So I pull into this car repair place, and everybody I said, I'm in a hurry, I can't drive, blah, blah, blah. And everybody parted the waters, they took my car, they changed the oil in about 10 minutes left. So I think that I'm gonna buy a lottery ticket today, because this is between that and this experience, it's just right. So it looks like we're trying to pull up a few videos. These videos are produced by the Dementia Friendly America, or we use a lot of them from the UK. And they're videos that really allow you a glimpse into what it looks like to be a dementia-friendly community. So the basics of being a dementia-friendly community is really the essence of true kindness and patience and support for people living with the disease and their care partners. And I can feel that in communities, and I can feel it in this room that you've taken the time out this morning to come. Now, I'm not going to ask for a show of hands because I know what the response is going to be. Pretty much everybody in this room has a dementia story, right? Your mother, your grandmother, your neighbor, one of the deacons at church. There are examples all around communities all over the state. And so this initiative has really taken off in communities because they see the importance of supporting people who have not only physical impairments, but also cognitive impairments, and you cannot see a cognitive impairment. And so, my solution is be kind and supportive to everybody. And in Lunenburg, their expression is kindness takes time. And that describes their initiative. They're trying to slow things down. So what's going to happen here is that you are in the process of putting together an action team. I've had the opportunity to participate in some of those meetings via Zoom, and it's just always exciting to me when I see a new community joining the effort. And so across this community, and I can see various sectors here, this initiative is going to play out in very different ways. Let me give you some examples. So oftentimes the town librarian is involved in this initiative. And so in libraries across the Commonwealth, we have book displays being put up that educate people about dementia, that educate children. We have lots of children's books about dementia, which are great. And we do a Dementia Friends training for the library staff. Then I wander across the street, maybe to the fire station. And the first responders in this community need to know who has dementia or autism. And so as part of this initiative, you might create a registry. You put a note in the tax bill, so whoever's paying the taxes sees the notice goes back to first responders, and then as a firefighter or police officer is approaching a house, they know that someone inside is going to need a little extra time. I can go through all of the community, or all of the sectors in the community. Not too long ago, my husband paid our taxes twice, once online and once by a hard check. And the woman from town hall called and said to him, "Is everything okay?" And he was furious. But she was doing her job. So we educate the people in town hall so that if they see a change in behavior, they know it's time to call Erin. Same thing with bank tellers. And I could go all the way through. We train all sorts of people. And as part of, again, the Lunenburg initiative, we trained all of Unitel's workers in the state of Massachusetts. And they liked it so much we trained New Hampshire. Because people checking meters, who's home during the day? Older adults. Unfortunately, the odds of dementia coming your way increase as you get older. And so by giving people the very basic tools, know the 10 signs. This is always nice. Usually when I come to these events, I have to bring all this stuff with me, but you guys had it all here, it's great. So this is a very simple brochure. Know the 10 signs. Recognize dementia. How do you communicate with somebody who has dementia? And that includes what you don't do. And so when my mother says to me, my mother is about to turn 99, when she says to me, Patty, could you get that baby out of the room? And I say, oh, Mom, sure, I'll go play with the baby, and I'll take the baby into the hallway. And problem solved. If I argue with her, or if I tell her, Mom, there's no baby, all it does is agitate her and cause conflict, and it is a worthless use of my time and energy. So if you can recognize dementia and you know how to talk to somebody with dementia, and then you know what to do with the information. So if you're the bank teller, you go to your manager, and the manager calls Erin. If you're in any other field and you recognize this, you talk to an adult. If there's someone in town you can talk to, or you can always call Erin. The other resource that I really am big on is the Alzheimer's Association has a 24/7 hotline in 25 languages. And yesterday I actually went to the Alzheimer's Association the first time in 3 years and picked up a bunch of their cards. And I give these cards out everywhere I go. Here's one. My husband actually says to me, could you please not give them out at this dinner party, Patty? I give them out at the liquor store, wherever. I run into people who, because I usually wear a name tag that says dementia friendly, and someone says, oh gosh, my mom has dementia, or whatever. So you can call this number anytime you want. Sometimes, I've been told by first responders that they will call this phone number and hand the phone to the caregiver so that they can take care of the person who's having an incident because of their dementia. You can call, I'm driving in my car, I hear a report about a new drug, and I call the 800 number and I say, okay, what does the Alzheimer's Association think about this? Or I sit with one of my neighbors and call because her husband has been diagnosed. And so when you call this number, you can get any basic information. You can order cards, so when you run out of cards, you can call. Or, if you need extra help, a professional care counselor, master's level clinician, will sit with you and your family on a Zoom call or in person and set up a plan for you. They'll explain to the extent they can what comes next, what you need to be prepared for, how you need to get your papers in order. It's a tremendous resource. And as I said, I give them out everywhere. So all of this is to say that this is a kickoff event. This is the beginning of what may seem right now is a lot of work, but you are well on your way. You have the heart of the community and your leadership all pointed in the right direction. And if you hurry, you can catch up with Longmeadow because they are already dementia-friendly. And so it's really an opportunity for you to learn more, for you to really change the tenor of the community. And so I am always happy to come out and help if I can. And I'm looking forward to a tour of the senior center. It's my favorite part of these trips. But in the meantime, congratulations, good luck. Call the hotline or call me if you need help. All right.
Thank you so much for coming all that way to speak to us today and wish us well. Our videos we managed to figure out. I also wanted to say that the leader of the Longmeadow Dementia Friendly Initiative happens to be here, so we don't have to recreate the wheel. We've got some expert help. So we can play our videos now, and then we'll move on with our speakers.
Today we are learning how young adults can make a difference in the lives of those living with Alzheimer's or another form of dementia. The individual could be a grandparent, neighbor, or fellow community member. Individuals living with dementia may face the following challenges. Problems communicating, such as asking the same questions repeatedly. Misplacing items or placing items in unusual places, for example, putting keys in the refrigerator. Confusion with time and place. Trouble completing familiar tasks, such as cooking or getting dressed. Paranoid feelings or delusions, believing perhaps that someone has broken into the house when no one is there. Here's what you can do. Remain calm and reassuring. Speak slowly and ask concrete questions. Volunteer to help with yard work or household tasks. Make social visits or phone calls to loved ones or neighbors who may need assistance. Organize a group volunteer activity or do a fundraising project. Tell your friends how to become a dementia friend. Share what you have learned about Alzheimer's disease and dementia. Check out Youth Movement Against Alzheimer's at theyouthmovement.org to learn more about how you can start or join a chapter at your college or school.
Hello. Hello.
Give me 5.
How old are you?
I'm 60, I think.
Do you sometimes do silly things?
I put milk in the washing machine.
Do you still go out on dates?
On dates? No, I go to buy dates, but
Left the house without any trousers. And
What was you like when you was a teenager?
sometimes I was good, sometimes I wasn't. I had a lot of boyfriends.
Can you still kiss people when you have Alzheimer's?
Yes.
Did you dye your hair pink because you have dementia?
That's a very good question.
I love your hair. Do you know how babies are made? Who looks after you?
My wife, Vivian, the boss.
Do you ever get lonely?
Yes, I do. Very, very lonely. I'm on my own now, so I have to make the best of it.
I know that one day I'm gonna wake up and not know who anyone is.
Do you have any life advice for me?
My advice would be,
Have you forgotten?
I have, yes.
Make sure you tell the people that you love them.
Treat every moment as though it's your last.
Stay away from boys. It was nice talking to you.
Thanks. Hopefully that was worth waiting for. And now I'd like to introduce J.C. Settles, who is the chair and the manager of the Walk to End Alzheimer's in Massachusetts and New Hampshire.
If not, no problem. I'll figure it out.
Okay.
Thank you all for the opportunity to be here. It started out extremely nervous, and for those of you who know me, that's really not who I am. I'm very outgoing, but I think after following Patty and then seeing the videos here, I mean, I simply get emotional, and a wise person just told me, speak from the heart and you'll do okay. So a lot of reading here, but once I get to the walk, I'm happy to go in detail because Megan LeMay, who's our programs and service manager, who knows a lot of that information, is on maternity leave. So, which is absolutely awesome and great news. But either way, again, my name is JC Sells. I'm the walk manager for Pioneer Valley Walked Into Alzheimer's, as well as the Berkshire County Walked Into Alzheimer's. And as you know, the Alzheimer's Association leads the way to end Alzheimer's and all other dementia by care, support, and research. Today I'll give you a few stats and information about the Alzheimer's Association, as well as the Pioneer Valley Walk. And I'll do my best to inform you of all of our happenings, but of being held to the time. And many of you, again, know me. I can go off the tangent, so I'll read and get us out of here on time. One of the things I want to say, just how Patty mentioned, is essentially everyone knows someone with Alzheimer's. And that's really why I got involved. 13 years with the PGA running golf tournaments was wonderful. However, whenever I found out that my mother has dementia and my dad is a caregiver, I just felt compelled that I have to do something. It's a blessing and a curse because my parents are in Florida and I'm up here. And as much as I would like to help, I can't really do so much. However, I can be an ear, I can be helpful and whatnot, but at the same time, I have that balance of not being around. So it's good not to see it, but it's terribly hard not to be there. So essentially all of this, all that you're doing in the community, and just being in this room after starting in the pandemic, it's very moving. So either way, this is a little bit longer than my introduction than I thought, but I want you to know that not only am I staff, I'm a person. I'm with you guys, and whatever I can do to help, just let me know. As far as the Alzheimer's Association, some of the stuff that Patty mentioned, literally I'm going to repeat it here, but we go off the attributes of care, cause, and cure. And right now, considering, as I mentioned, most everybody has that story. There's over 6 million Americans living with Alzheimer's disease and over 16 million Americans caring for people with Alzheimer's and other related dementia. Here in Massachusetts, that number is 130,000 Massachusetts residents and 280 caregivers. So again, it's prevalent in our local communities, and it's something that we need to do to help spread the awareness of what we do. Regarding the care, our programs and services are free of charge to the community. We work on a national and local level to provide education and support for all those affected by Alzheimer's and other dementias. We also train professionals in best practices for dementia care. And as Patty mentioned, we have our 24/7 helpline that provides families with information, support, and referrals. We're just one call away. I will like to go a little bit more from a personal side for the 24/7 helpline. It is, as Patty mentioned, master's levels. People that are picking up. It is the most wonderful thing to do. Personally, that's how I got my dad, who is the gatekeeper, to actually respond to any of our services, anything of that sort. So you can call it in your own home at your own comfort level, which I think that's essentially what made it comfortable for my dad. October 2020 is when I started. It was probably at least another 3-4 months before he had the courage to call. I was eating dinner, got a text message, "Hey, what's that number again?" And that was absolutely wonderful. It's one of those things that I didn't know anything about the association until I started. I felt very guilty, and to this day it is from my heart that I'm here to help other families in the local community know that all the services we provide, because I don't want any of those folks to be in a situation where I did. It's not all the things that we offer can help my family at this time, but at the same time, it's a great resource, and hopefully that provides help for all others in the local community. But we also offer care consultations to help develop a care plan for your family. We have support groups. We have community education programs such as Know the 10 Warning Signs and Healthy Living for a Healthy Brain. And in our early stage engagement programs, which helps keep those living with Alzheimer's engaged by planning museums visits, nature walks, and coffee meetups. And again, all of our programs and services are no cost. With public policy and advocacy, We are the leading voice for Alzheimer's disease advocacy, fighting for the NIH research funding, legislation, and care initiatives at both the state and federal level. We advocate for NIH funding and are also the leading nonprofit of Alzheimer's research funding. Our advocacy team works at a state level and federal level for both funding and protection of those living with Alzheimer's disease. And on December 28th in 2020, the NIH signed into law a $300 million increase towards funding for the Alzheimer's research, bringing our total government funding to nearly $3 billion. Under CURE, we're trying to eliminate the Alzheimer's disease through the advancement of research and accelerating that research. We fund cutting-edge research around the globe. We connect and convene the medical and scientific community and increase awareness about the need for clinical trial participation. And we educate the community on the latest Alzheimer's research. That's a little bit of information about what we do, advocacy, programs, and services. Now I get to talk to you what I know about, what I feel comfortable about, and I'm passionate about is the walk. The Pioneer Valley Walk and Walk in general is the biggest fundraising and awareness campaign for our no-cost programs and services. Anything is good. Just like we're here with the dementia-friendly programs, it's getting the word out. You can start a team. You can post flyers. You can tell your neighbors. Anything that you do is good. It only took me a few months to figure that out when folks were asking me questions about what can I do? I'm like, spread the word. It's that easy. Just spread the word. Any idea is a good idea. And let you know, I'm very proud of this aspect that 81% of fundraising goes directly back into care, support, and research. That's a big number on the fundraising side, 81%. Our walk will be on September 25th. Ruth has a flyer over there. All of our information's on the table. I have to make a plug there. We do have care, support, research information as well. But join us. It's at Holyoke Community College again, Sunday, September 25th. We're always looking for volunteers. It's a volunteer-led committee that puts on the walk. It's all volunteer-based. So if you have any questions, we have some of my chairs and committee members are here today that are volunteering their time to make the walk as big and as special as it can. If you have not attended the walk, attend the walk. It's one of those things that I had no idea how impactful that was. I had to go an entire year trying to figure out what everybody's telling me about walk. It's the most impactful thing. JC is so wonderful. And I'm planning this blindly. I see pictures and things of that sort, but I'll never forget getting the Zumba out there, having the flowers, everybody's dancing and music. Is neat to know that you're not alone. If you've been to HCC, if you're up at the entrance, it's essentially a hill overlooking where our program goes, where the walk is. Once the Zumba is going, I saw that, I took a moment for myself, ran up on that hill. I'm like, Dad, I called Dad on the phone, did a FaceTime. I'm like, it might be a few choice words in there, but I'm like, you need to get to your walk down in Florida. You need to not feel alone. You need to be a part of this. So again, with Walk, we have also the longest day is another fundraising campaign. We have the ride. There's many different ways to be involved, whether it's volunteering, walking, starting a team, just spreading the word. Other than that, I would like to essentially say thank you very much for the time, but if you need any further information, all the information is there. I'll put some business cards there, but all I ask from me as a person, spread the word. Anything is good. If you want to be a part of the fight with us. It's a good cause, and I'm happy to do it. Anything is good. And other than that, thank you very much for your time.
Thanks so much, JC. We do have a sign up over there. This year we'll be working together with Longmeadow, East Longmeadow, and Hamden to create a tri-town team for the Alzheimer's Association walk. So anybody who's interested can sign up over there. And JC, we're working to decrease the stigma that your dad felt. Our next speaker is here virtually. Eric Lesser recorded something for us in support of this initiative. So we just have another quick video.
Hi everybody, it's State Senator Eric Lester here, live from the State House. I just want to say thank you to the East Longmeadow Senior Center for all the work you do day in and day out for our community. And I want to congratulate East Longmeadow on being recognized as a dementia-friendly town. You know, unfortunately, sometimes people are suffering in silence or families struggle with dementia and the toll it takes on caregivers and families, and they feel alone. This designation is a really important signal to our residents of East Longmeadow, to their families, to their caregivers, to the broader region and the broader world, frankly, that this is a condition that is going to get support, that there is no reason for stigma, and that our community, including our town government, our state government, our nonprofit leaders, our business community, are going to work together to make sure people are supported and that our environment is safe. So congratulations on this well-deserved designation, and I'm looking forward to working with you on making sure that you get the support you need from the state to make sure that we truly fulfill the promises of this designation. Again, congratulations, and thank you to everybody at the East Longmeadow Senior Center for all you do.
We appreciate Senator Lesser sending us that message. And now we have Representative Brian Ash to say a couple of words in support for us. Thank you so much for being here.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you, everybody at the Pleasantview Senior Center for not inviting me, but just for putting on an event like this. I'd say I'm happy to be here, but obviously we wish we didn't have to deal with diseases like this. We wish this is one of the things that wasn't in our vocabulary, but it is. And I want to thank Patty. Great job putting an explanation and everything you do. And JC, thank you so much. But I got to tell you that short video of the kids talking to the dementia patients, that's where it really struck me. And for me, I had the benefit. A few years ago, I was the vice chairman of the House Committee on Elder Affairs. And during that same time, as you mentioned, Longmeadow became dementia friendly. And getting the opportunity to really understand it, and I'm sure maybe like a lot of you, I heard of dementia, Alzheimer's, and I kind of knew what it was about, but I really didn't. And there's also a fear of like, I don't ever want to have that. I don't want to lose my memory. I don't want to lose knowing who my family and friends are. And then the fear of you don't want a loved one. Parents, your grandparents, aunts, uncles, friends. You don't want them to go through it. And then the more I learned, you realize how important it is to understand it because it's invisible. If you have a broken arm, you can see your cast and you know how to empathize with somebody. If they have stitches, you can empathize what they went through. When somebody has dementia, if you don't know them, you don't know what they're going through. You don't know what their regular personality is. And to have a better grasp of this makes so much sense. And I'm glad that our first responders are here because that's so important when they go to meet with somebody. If they think this person is being combative or angry, they might treat them one way. But if they realize they have dementia, then they're going to treat them completely different and realize that this person is probably petrified, in fear, and they don't know what's going on. So to have a forum like this, to be able to get people a better understanding what it is, whether it's for yourself, whether it's for a loved one, or whether it's just for general knowledge, is so very important. And I applaud, East Longmeadow, Aaron, and everybody here at the Pleasantview Center for always treating our seniors with the utmost respect. And I always say that it really shows who you are as a community, how you treat your seniors. If you don't treat them with the most respect and honor and dignity, well, who are you as people and who are you as a society? So it's so gratifying to see Longmeadow, East Longmeadow, friend Dan Moriarty from Munson Savings Bank. Munson is currently in the process of becoming dementia friendly. So I just want to thank everyone here for doing what you're doing and continue on and to educate people as much as possible. Thank you. God bless.
Thanks so much for your support. It means so much to us. Now I'd like to call Town Council President Michael Kane to up here to speak to us about East Longmeadow Town Council support. Thank you.
Thank you all and good morning. We appreciate everyone coming out here today to support this event. On behalf of the town council, I'm here just to let everyone know that we are in full support of the work that Aaron's done, your staff, and the many volunteers that come out and work with the many different aspects that the Council of Aging offers here. So the previous speakers obviously mentioned a lot of the negative ramifications that is caused by dementia. Again, I'm here just representing the entire council, letting all of you know, and Aaron, again, your staff and the volunteers, that whatever we can do, we're here to support you. It's a great cause, and thank you for your time.
Thank you so much. All of your support means so much to us. Mary McNally was on the agenda to speak next, but unfortunately, she couldn't be here today at the last minute, so she extends her apologies and also her support. Our last speaker today will be Becky Bash, who's a senior planner at the Pioneer Valley Planning Commission. She's here to talk to us about the regionalization of dementia and age-friendly. Thank you for being here, Becky.
Hi, thanks for having me today. This is so exciting that East Longmeadow is taking on this initiative. And so I just wanted to talk a little bit about a regional effort that I've been working on for the last 3 years. It's the Age and Dementia Friendly Pioneer Valley Initiative. And this map here shows, it's kind of hard to see probably from back there, all the different communities in the Pioneer Valley that have started this work. So the Pioneer Valley Planning Commission serves Hampden and Hampshire counties, so 43 cities and towns. In 2020, we received a grant from the Tufts Health Plan Foundation, which is now the Point 32 Health, to provide technical assistance to our member communities to become age and dementia friendly. I had learned about this work through a Momentum Fund grant that we received from Tufts a couple years earlier. And just heard from different communities that they didn't have the capacity to do the planning effort that was involved. So that includes, a pretty broad community engagement process, as Patty mentioned. There's multiple sectors involved that you want to reach out to for all of this work. So on this map, several communities have gone forward with the work themselves. The 7 hill towns became age-friendly. They did their own survey. We have worked with Agawam, Belchertown, South Hadley. They all completed reports and submitted them for age and dementia-friendly designation. We're working with 5 other communities right now. And we are putting together an application to make the whole region age and dementia friendly. And basically what that will mean is it will just sort of solidify our commitment to helping communities with this work and really to include older adults in all levels of planning for all of the different sectors. With the Tufts funding, we've also been holding quarterly convenings of all the communities that are doing this work, bringing in experts in the different domains of an age and dementia-friendly community. And let's go to the next slide. And so in this work, this slide is a model that was developed by the Massachusetts Healthy Aging Collaborative. It shows the 9 domains of an age and dementia-friendly community. And so similar to having each domain represented in a working group, we look at each domain area when we do this planning process. So there's the built environment, which most planners, focus on: transportation, housing, outdoor spaces and buildings. But then there's the social environment, so social participation, social inclusion, civic engagement. All those areas are really important for healthy aging. And dementia is interspersed, dementia awareness is interspersed in all of those areas. Like Patty said, you have the transportation services. You want to make sure drivers are aware of how to communicate with people with dementia. Really any area, even the built environment, making sure that there are benches and that things are recognizable and not confusing. So it's been really gratifying to do this work in all of our communities. I think I will leave it, well, I guess you can go to the next slide. So I just this can't even read. But the designation process is really, we've been working with a number of communities to become both age and dementia friendly, which requires an application and then a community engagement process, including a working group, and then development of a community assessment and action plan. And then the working group takes that plan and implements it going forward. So I think I will leave it at that. The community engagement process can include listening sessions. We do a survey, and we've had people interview or do on phone surveys for people who are less comfortable with paper surveys and online. But really, we'll do whatever we can to help any of our communities that want to do this work. So if East Longmeadow wants to go forward with age-friendly designation going forward, we're happy to help out with that. We'll help in whatever way we can with the dementia-friendly efforts, and hope to get every community in the Pioneer Valley age and dementia-friendly to really make it a welcoming place for all older adults and people with dementia. So thanks for having me, and I look forward to working with you all going forward.
I want to thank you all for being here today and the support of all of our speakers, our legislators, our town councilors. I really appreciate it so much as we move forward with this initiative. We look forward to working on an age-friendly initiative in the near future, and I look forward to all your continued support. I want to thank the staff here and the volunteers that made today possible, as well as the commitment from the action team as we move forward with this initiative. I'm really thankful for their help and support. You're free to stay and have some refreshments. Mara is going to be renewing library cards, so if that's of interest to you, we have lunch and entertainment later, so stick around. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you.